you haven't experienced the joys of doing mechanic work till you've worked on a small boat that's rocking back and forth the entire time you're working on it. Ridiculous. Oh, and then you always hitting your head, of course, like I just did. At least that was mild. Usually I about knocked myself out. I got Dane Bramage. Dane Bramage. Clearly. Today is the 4th of July. My second least favorite holiday. Should I say least favorite? That's not exactly the word. I really don't like them. This is the second worst. The first being Halloween, but mostly because it's in a colder time of the year. Does it get the number 1 spot? Because this has got to be the stupidest day ever. There's nothing to celebrate about this country unless you're like got red, white, and blue star-spangled undies and you believe everything your TV's ever told you, right? If you believe everything you've ever seen on TV about America, well, this is the greatest place it's ever been, and it's only getting better. As an official Gen Xer, I can tell you that is not the trend going on in the world, that it's the best place ever and it's getting better, because it's not. It's getting worse and worse. It's getting worser faster. Worser faster. Sounds like a German word. It's getting worser faster. I should coin that. Be YouTube gold. Yeah, my second least favorite holiday, because like, why? What? Yeah, okay, woo, I can get drunk and blow stuff up. I'm free, hurry, I'm free. I can blow stuff up and get drunk too. Woo, look how free I am. Give me a fucking break. That's pretty much what I mean, get drunk and blow stuff up. I don't know. The lights are pretty, the fireworks lights are pretty, but loud explosive sounds I'm not, like you see little kids when they're out there on the 4th of July, if you're at the park or where there's a gathering to watch fireworks, right? And some of the kids are just like, plug their ears, that was me, and some of the kids are like, boom, and they about pee their pants and run around in circles. And their parents do the exact same thing. Except they're drunk. Blew stuff up. They fucking run around in circles, giggling to themselves. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous stupid. I can't believe how stupid people are. It's just sad. It's sad, really. Probably the source of most of the world's problems is the stupidity of people. And I'm a person too. I'm stupid as can be. Believe me, nobody knows who does more stupid shit that I do than I do. I know all the stupidness, and eventually, whether I thought it was stupid at the time or not, it catches up and I realize, yeah, that was stupid. And so I just, I assume that other people kind of try to do the same thing, but it seems like they're just stuck in these roles. And then I go, oh, well, maybe this is just my role. I'm pissed off about shit and bitch about it, because I can't do anything about it, and it seems to be the state of the world, but what can you do about it kind of thing, right? And maybe that's it. Get it out of my system, right? But I'm not real sociable, so I'm not out in the world a whole lot, and I don't, I don't like to bum other people out by talking about chemtrails or some shit, right? So I have to just walk out there with my sore throat and my runny nose while 14 jets spray down the sky and pretend that nothing's going on. Hey, I want you to feel comfortable, my fellow Americans, so let's pretend that we're not being sprayed with poison by our own government and celebrate how great it is by blowing stuff up and getting drunk. What do you say? That sounds like a plan, doesn't it? I'm just going to say some of the things that I've been wanting to say, but haven't, because they're too offensive to most people. So, but there's certain rules to YouTube and things you can and can't say. So I'm not really going to try and get too specific, other than losing my point probably already. Shit, I'll probably just end the video and not even upload it like I do most things. But I'll stick with it. This is my live 4th of July. Woo! Working on the Volvo Pentamotor here. Let's see. I should probably put a light over here. I'm not going to make it too long of a video. But, 30 minutes maybe. I don't know. I'm going to put a limit on it. Because I don't know how long I can talk for, and I don't know if I got anything worth listening to say for 30 fucking minutes. I'll be like, shut the fuck up already, or something. I'll be telling myself to shut up if I talk that long. It's unusual for me. I guess it's not, I talk to myself all the time. In disbelief or in reprimand, I'm like, straighten your ass out, fucking take care of business. Don't let the Morgellons slow you down. That's always lovely. Hey, it's an airplane. Super cool airplanes flying slowly over everywhere in every land all day long. Makes a lot of sense. Let's never question. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm going to be told that that's probably Venus over there up in the sky. I'm a bit skeptical of that. That looks a lot closer than millions and millions of miles away. In fact, it looks in the atmosphere of the Atmos dome. Right? Oh, be healed, my Vovo. Oh. Okay. Need more light. Simply not enough lighting going on. I guess I could move this one. Put it right over this thing. Okay. See what I got left to do. These are, yeah. Anyway. Put the valve cover on, but I'm not going to do that until I put the fuel injectors in and hook up the piping here. And I also, okay, I got that on. I got the raw water intake on. I got some hoses to put on the other side too. I think there's 2 of them. I mean, I'm close to having it done, to where I can fire it up and see how it's going to run. Because I just pulled it out, turned it upside down, took a piston out, and then only realized I didn't have to do that because that wasn't the problem, but it was a different issue that should not have really been an issue, but a fluky thing, of course, had something to do with me. Oh, you didn't buy the new sleeves? Well, anyway, I'm not going to go into that, but other than say it had a valve that was stuck by a little piece of copper. And the piece of copper was stuck there, keeping the valve from closing. But I rebuilt the head, so I ruled out it being the head and said, well, I got to check the rings. And the rings were fine, so went back, removed the head anyway to get the piston out as it goes. And there was a piece of copper from where the fuel injector goes into the cylinder stuck there. I probably had a couple pictures of it. Maybe I can edit in, I don't know. So anyway, which was a relief and also a kick in my own ass because it was my putting it together that happened with. And I figured out why it happened too. Is I made these copper crush pieces. They worked as to seal the cylinder, but one of them that I had made was at a thinner wall, and it didn't catch the edge and crumple. It went into the cylinder, but kind of got stuck there. And then when the valve opened and closed, it finally caught it and bent it over, and it was leaning over the valve seat, keeping this one from closing fully, so it had no compression on that cylinder. It was running, kind of crappy. And so it just, because I had rebuilt the head, I thought, yeah, see what I mean? That's how I ended up having to do a whole bunch of extra shit I didn't need to do, but ended up having to do anyway. I'm not very smart, but I'm persistent and keep going. They'll never stop me, whoever they are. I'm going to have to solder a wire onto there so that the temperature gauge will work. Although this time I have mechanical oil pressure gauge, and like you'd have in an old hot rod, putting proper gauges on it, not going with the dashboard that comes with the motor. Just can't read it anyway, it's all foggy. out in the glass. Okay, so what am I doing here? I think I'm at these injectors, which look pretty haggard, but be working. So these are them. So yeah, coppers. These are the copper crush things I was talking about, because the injector bottoms out in the cylinder. That one's kind of thick. I think I might need to cut these in half, actually. Yeah, that was not ready to go. I think I had one in here that I pried open some, so I don't know. Oh no, I'm just talking to myself now. Ain't that one. Yeah. I should probably stop the damn video, or hey, I can pause it. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna pause it. Okay, I'm back. Kind of rocking back and forth. I should hang the camera on, or let the camera hang from its cord, so you can get the effect of the rocking, because it looks like it's still, but it's just moving with the boat. I've decided to cut these in half. To the millennials and Gen Zs, this is called a hacksaw, and it can be used to cut metals, like copper here, for this crush washer that I'm making out of a piece of tubing. And, because, this is like people used to do things and stuff with real things, but not like with their fingers on a screen or with a cursor on a screen. They actually used to do things, but I get to do this while being rocked back and forth by the waves. I did tie up the boat a little extra, but that just kind of makes it jerk, actually. But it isn't rocking as far, so that's good. Let's see if I can do this. Angle. Back. You can do it. Oh, no, don't do that. Nah, fucker. Oh, even slower. Come on. Take that. And that. And that too. Yeah. Some fire. I should have made these smaller in the first place. But there's only a certain smallness that the tubing cutter will go to. It only gets so small and still cut something. Otherwise, it will just not work. There we go. This is a rough fucking saw blade. It's a good one, but it's pretty jagged. I think the copper's getting squeezed down a little too. And the boat's like, it's great. What a challenge. I love a good challenge. Ay. I think I have a different way. I better pause this again. Sorry, wasting your time. Okay, still the 4th of July. I decided to stop on the motor for right now because too much rocking back and forth, and with the fireworks going off right now, it's hard to make sure and pay close attention, especially with the rocking back and forth kind of thing, which seems to have subsided for the moment, but comes and goes. So I guess I'm on the ocean technically, in the Puget Sound. Yeah, maybe I'm just having a late on having my midlife crisis, because I guess 56, that should be, that's a little past midlife, you might think, I guess, on average, but it shouldn't be. I mean, we should live, with good health for 70, 80 years, and maybe whatever health issues we might develop, 100, 120, which should be average, I think. It's not, obviously. But I don't think it was that long ago that it was, from the looks of, things. I have a theory that basically, the human beings are a slave race, and our masters made earlier versions of us, maybe when the earth had more oxygen under the dome, I don't know. But, and they grew bigger, and that's what the giants, we were the giants. We've been scaled down from being giants, and then we lived a long time as well, and we're super intelligent as a species, but that was a long time ago. They've been whittling us down more and more with the use of, toxic metals, mainly is what it seems like. Just more toxic metal. We gotta get these creatures down to size and make sure they don't do anything for themselves. Just, build the infrastructure we want and then die. That's your job. Your job is to build shit for us and die. And it takes all this extra societal bullshit around it in order to make that happen, because you need your workers to believe that they have lives and there's a future and that they're working towards something, and taking care of their families, which is what, many are doing. And in doing so are, ensuring the enslavement of all future generations, especially, like the people putting up cell towers. What a bunch of fucking douchebags. Where'd they get these people from? Which pays really well, I'm sure. So, hey, as long as it pays well, it doesn't matter what it does. I can easily pretend that I'm not, engaged in the enslavement of the human race with, technological means and electronics, and just collect a big paycheck and pretend I'm not part of the problem. Because that is the problem. It's like, the problem's plain to see. Too much technology, machines to save our lives, machines dehumanize. That's Mr. Roboto. Mr. Roboto. Of Roboto Industries, as seen in Goldmember. So anyway, what do you do, though? I just get feeling like, what's the point in anything? I have projects going on, like the boat here. I want to finish it, and it's just wearing me out, but I've had to, just keep on going, and I'm at my very last here. I've got no more money coming in. I've got just enough money to pay my mortgage for this month, and the boat is in, a half state of unfinishedness. It's dirty and nasty. It's, it needs a lot of cleanup. I've done a lot of the work, actually. It just looks nasty right now, but so I don't really want to do a boat tour, but I'm just going to get the motor done, because that's been my issue. It's the Columbia crossing at the bar and 100 miles up the river to get back to home, be it ever so evil. In the 98666, of course, with our courthouse on 13th and Franklin. of course, with our Masonic emblems and logos and stuff all over the whole city, including the Fort Vancouver logo. Of course, I'm sure it's all good, The county jail there is a maximum security prison facility. It's based on one. Its design is maximum security prison, like a panopticon with a tower in the middle, except that you can see the guard in the tower, so you know if they're looking at you. But the camera, you got a camera there, so you don't know if they're looking or not on that. So what's it matter anyway? You're locked in a little fucking cell. And, there are a lot of people, including myself, who basically did life on the installment plan there through the 90s. And as it turns out, the jail is private jail. They get paid from tax money that's collected, but it's not a government facility. It's private, and it's owned by the judges and the police that live and work there. And so the more people they put in that jail, the more money they get from the state and the federal government, especially if it's overcrowded. Then they get a lot more from the feds. So the feds give them tons of money to run this prison for them, because it's more cost effective that way or whatever, according to conservative philosophy. What the end result is it's a government-run mafia that extorts money out of people and extracts their lives in exchange for it, without concern for it. They don't give a shit. Isn't that great? That's what I'm trying to sail back to. Because it's better than fucking Port Orchard. Oh my god. I don't know. Port Orchard seems alright, other than the fact that it's across from the naval shipyards. And it's like microwave central. I've never a minute I'm here that my ears aren't ringing. They're ringing right now. They've been ringing the entire time. I've been here for like 4 days now. And it just, it stacks up on you. The wireless frequencies, the people that are affected by them, it's not like they turn it on and, somebody pulls out a cell phone and instantly, oh, God, turn it off, Although it can be like that at times. It kind of builds up slowly. It's like, until the point where, like, hey, I just realized my ears are ringing. And they're like, you just ringing like mad. And then you're like, wait, I guess they have been ringing, for days. It never stops. I just stopped noticing after a while. And that's really how it goes, right? Give a thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. With that. Yeah. I guess that's all I got to say for now. Shit. That's depressing enough. But I'm going to work on the boat. I'm bound and determined to. I must. I can't live with myself. It's so close to being able, if I finish this stuff up with the fuel injectors and the hoses and run power to the battery, I can start it up tomorrow and hear how it's going to run. Because I did a lot of work on this fucking motor, and I just want to hear it run right. That's all I've wanted every time that I've had to work on it, and it's just been ongoing. I almost blew it up, and that's what prompted me to have to take it apart and fix some things. And that was like 2 years ago almost. And it didn't blow it up, though. It turns out it didn't damage anything. But the head gasket was bad, so that's one thing I found, and that would have been a problem eventually. So I guess it was a good thing that I almost blew it up and had to take it apart. But in doing that, I've had to go through all kinds of crap on it. On this thing. The hell. Cameraman, you suck. Yeah, so I'm going to make a time lapse on that, because obviously I can't talk about shit and work on things at the same time. I'm just not that coordinated. Especially on the 4th of July, my second least favorite holiday. On a boat that's getting rocked back and forth by waves. With my, I broke my neck when I was 13, and it kind of had neck and back issues throughout my life, and so that doesn't help any when you rock. If I wasn't trying to concentrate and work on something, it wouldn't be so bad. I could probably deal with it, just kind of roll with it. But when you're trying to do stuff, you kind of have to hold still, and it's difficult. So yeah, I hope that was entertaining. Hope my misery helped somebody, or somebody could relate or something.